Arsenal's relentless chase for Real Madrid forward Rodrygo goes is not cooling down, and the story is far from finished. Because even though a transfer has proven nearly impossible in this current window, insiders confirm that the Brazilian superstar will remain firmly at the very top of Arsenal's wish list heading into the next market. Mikel Arteta has made no secret of his admiration for Rodrygo's rare mix of acceleration, creativity, close control, and ability to deliver in the biggest, most decisive moments. He views Rodrygo as the kind of player who could be the missing piece, the game changer that could transform Arsenal's front line from dangerous to truly elite, capable of carrying the team over the finish line in the Premier League and making them serious contenders in the Champions League. Arsenal's pursuit has not been casual. Club officials have been working for months behind the scenes, exploring high-level negotiations, discussing financial packages, and preparing what could have been one of the most ambitious offers in the club's modern history. But Madrid's position has remained crystal clear from the very start. They see Rodrygo not just as a player but as a cornerstone of their sporting future, someone untouchable and too valuable to let go, and Rodrygo himself has echoed his loyalty, publicly committing his focus to the Spanish Giants' goals in La Liga and Europe. Despite this, Arsenal's determination is unwavering. Sources underline that Arteta is personally convinced Rodrygo is tailor-made for the intensity and rhythm of the Premier League, and that his arrival would elevate Arsenal into a new stratosphere of footballing power. For the Arsenal board, patience is more than a virtue, it is strategy. They know football markets shift, opportunities open when least expected, and loyalty can be tested by circumstance. With that in mind, Arsenal's plan is simple. If this move cannot be completed now, they will not walk away, they will revisit it at the first chance, and they will be ready. Rodrygo remains the #1 attacking priority for Arteta's long-term project, and his name continues to dominate conversations inside the Emirates boardroom. While he stays focused on Real Madrid's immediate goals, Arsenal fans can expect this saga to resurface in the next window with even more intensity. This is the kind of transfer chase that can define an era, and the Gunners have made it clear they are not backing down. So if you're an Arsenal fan or just a lover of blockbuster transfer stories, make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned because this story is only getting started and the next chapter could be even bigger than anyone expects. Arsenal's relentless pursuit of Real Madrid forward Rodrygo goes continues to capture headlines, and while the current transfer window may not have delivered the breakthrough fans were dreaming of, the story is far from over because sources inside both London and Madrid confirm that Arsenal's admiration for Rodrygo is not temporary or reactionary, but instead a deeply considered long-term strategy that reflects Mikel Arteta's vision for where the club is heading. Even though Real Madrid's stance has been unwavering with Florentino Perez and Carlo Ancelotti insisting that Rodrygo is untouchable and absolutely essential to their sporting project, Arsenal have refused to walk away, and their persistence shows just how convinced they are that Rodrygo is the right man to elevate their project to the next level. Arteta has long admired Rodrygo's unique qualities, not just his blistering acceleration and ability to glide past defenders with ease, but also his flair in creating opportunities out of nothing, his calmness in front of goal during decisive moments, and his capacity to deliver on the biggest stages like the Champions League nights that have already defined his young career. For Arteta, Rodrygo represents not only technical excellence, but also mental resilience, the type of player who can shoulder the weight of expectations at a club aiming to reclaim the Premier League and make a genuine run in Europe. Arsenal's approach has not been casual whispers or hopeful inquiries. It has been months of carefully structured financial planning, exploratory conversations with intermediaries, and preparation of what would have been one of the most ambitious packages ever proposed in the club's modern history, a record-breaking deal designed to test Madrid's resolve. Yet Real Madrid remains steadfast because they see Rodrygo as irreplaceable, a bridge between their current generation and the future of their attack, someone who can grow alongside Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham to define a new era at the Santiago Bernabeu. Rodrygo himself has also shown loyalty, making it clear that his focus remains with Madrid and their ambitions for La Liga glory and another run at the Champions League trophy. But this is not a rejection that closes the door permanently. In football, markets shift quickly. Opportunities emerge when contracts form and circumstances change, and Arsenal's hierarchy know that timing is everything. This is why their interest is not cooling down but rather being carefully preserved, with Rodrygo staying firmly pinned as Arsenal's #1 attacking target for the next opportunity, a player Arteta considers vital to the club's long-term transformation. For Arsenal's board, this pursuit is about patience and positioning because they understand that building a squad capable of consistently competing with Europe's elite requires not just immediate impact signings, but also securing players who can define an era and carry the club's identity into the future. Rodrygo fits that profile perfectly, and behind closed doors, the message from Arsenal is clear. They will be ready to revisit this chase the moment the slightest opportunity arises. In the meantime, Rodrygo is focused on Madrid's season, aiming to deliver on the pitch while his name continues to be whispered in conversations at the Emirates. For fans, this transfer saga is the kind that can define a generation, a tug-of-war between two footballing giants with entirely different philosophies, and Arsenal supporters can take comfort knowing that their club is thinking big, aiming high, and refusing to settle. This is not just a transfer link. It is a statement of ambition, a reminder that Arsenal see themselves not as outsiders, but as a club that belongs at the top table of European football. And as every window approaches, the anticipation will only grow because the chase for Rodrygo goes is not finished, and if Arsenal's determination is anything to go by, this story is only just beginning. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and stay with us because this transfer saga is destined to heat up again, and when the next chapter unfolds, it could be the one that finally brings Rodrygo in red and white at the Emirates.